well-designed platform that just works. We can basically provision an account for your entire company within 5 minutes. You log on, you add on all the employees with the right data. We can do that for you as well. Oh, HR records also is one of the key features of our platform as well. In fact, just to show you a brief screenshot of the desktop version, you can see personal employees, vacation appraisals, resource center events, managers, payroll. These are very self-descriptive services, and the idea is every single employee has a self-service account as well as the managers. The idea that, if you believe, you've heard about cell phones, and you probably know everything about the GDP data and blah, blah, blah about Africa, and you believe the hype. The general consciousness of effective business processes is actually seeping into the consciousness of SMEs. Particularly in Nigeria, where you have the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Women program, actually started on a couple of their classes. And these are caterers or fashion designers or real estate agents who understand they make $500,000 a year in revenue, but they understand the productivity is quite low amongst their employees. Some of them don't actually know how many employees they have. One of our first pilot clients owns a cable TV network, and I sat down with him because he owns about 3 other companies, and he thinks he employs about 200 employees. I sat down with his HR manager, and she thinks it's about 120. So what gives, right? There's a leakage somewhere, and this guy has $7 million in revenue a year. And precisely those are the kind of companies we're targeting, and we think there's actually a huge potential for addressing that need in Nigeria. I'll briefly talk about competitors. Our biggest competitor is actually Microsoft, Excel, and Word. Those are primarily to actually manage HR records. And then we think things can be a lot more efficient, people are too easy to use, and very affordable as well. Our pricing is basically a flat fee per employee per month. That's 4 minutes. Now, when I talk about Talentbase, a lot of people think it's just recruiting. That's actually a basic misconception by anyone who doesn't work in HR. Recruiting is a big problem in Nigeria, and we actually have a recruiting module that's going to feed out jobs to various job boards. But beyond recruiting, you actually have to retain the employees. You've got to handle payroll. You've got to measure performance. You've got to ensure they're actually actively engaged, and you have a clear visibility of the entire workforce. So Talentbase is not just recruiting; it's actually an entire HR management platform. Think SAP, Oracle, Workday, Talentbase. All right, sales channels. We're basically talking to a bunch of HR consultants and business IT resellers. We basically don't have the resources to actually employ a huge sales force. It's still a very high-touch sales process, and so we believe it's going to be affiliate reseller driven in the local market. As far as our milestones, we launched the beta in September of 2013. Since then, we've probably tested with employees that aggregate about 1,000 employees or more. We've recruited using the recruiting module. We have about 25,000 job seeker signups. That's actually so easy. A lot of people need jobs. In terms of revenue, we started monetizing last month actually, and we've hit just about 30,000 revenue year to date. Primary business model again is a flat fee per employee per month. We're bootstrapped through most of 2013 and recently closed out an $80,000 seed funding from a few friends. We expect to break even at some point in the third quarter of this year. This is just operating cash flows. I should mention there was something about annual value of customer versus customer acquisition cost. We intend to keep that pretty low, hopefully by paying our commissions only when we receive actual sales leads from consultants. And this is the team. Very happy to be